Then, well, first of all, I want to say I really enjoyed listening to everybody else play music. I've been watching some of the previous videos and archives and things. I just really enjoyed watching all the music that you created. I'm just going to play some original stuff tonight. This is called A Corner of the World.
Very nice.
Very good. Very good.
Very nice. So glad you could join us. So now we'll move on to still another cousin, Mark. Let me mute everyone. If you have something for us, Mark, do you?
Yes, I do. This is from 1929, so it's a little later for me.
Give me a minute to mute. Okay. And now we're ready for you to unmute yourself.
Okay, as you know, it ain't a rag, but it has had a life, and as of course it has a cartoon connection, but as I won't get into that. But you may recognize it from R. Crumb and his Cheap Suit Serenaders. Okay. Okay, sing in the bathtub, singing all alone, tearing up the tonsil just like a baritone, singing through the subsides, life is full of ho-so. You can sing with feeling, well, feeling for the soul. Oh, a ring around the bathtub isn't so nice to see, but a ring around the bathtub is a rainbow to me. Never take a shower, it's an awful pain. Singing in the showers like singing in the rain. Oh, there's dirt to be abolished, but don't forget one thing. While the body's washed and polished, sing, brothers, sing. Reaching for a towel, ready for a rub. Everybody's happy while singing in the tub. I'm singing in the bathtub, happy once again, watching all my troubles start bubbling down the drain. 1929.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Bravo.
You don't do that one every day.
I love that band. We have the CD, a couple of those.
Okay.
It was put into a Bosco cartoon, but it originated on stage during an early Warner Brothers film. I'm not exactly sure.
Good
You
stuff.
notice I found Michigan J Frog to put on our YouTube video.
All right.
Right. So
I didn't want to embarrass myself, so I didn't watch it. I just forced my
was
sister-in-law and my niece to watch
yes,
it.
it was great. I thought it was terrific. Yeah, this little repartee between you and Tom was really good. So
I'll take
we'll
a shot at it, baby.
we'll move on to the Becks here, and Adam might be interested to know that my brothers Chris and Pete were in a band with Al, a Cajun band, which they call the SoRelle Brothers Band. So Al is an official cousin too. So okay, Al, I'm muting,
Oh,
and now we're ready.
When I played with the SoRelle brothers, a lot of times I would spell, instead of Alan, Alain, A-L-A-I-N, and then Beck, I would spell B-E-Q-U-E. Anyway, we played for too long, I think. I've got the Cajun tune called the Valse of Grand Mesh. It's like the big marsh or big swamp. This is another Nathan Abshire tune. I have myself on the guitar robot, Al. Here,
Valse of Grand Mesh.
Here we go.
1,
2, 3. All right, there's Nathan
Nathan
Abshire is actually like an English name. And there's a lot of Cajuns like that. One of the big fiddlers, Cajun fiddlers, old time guy was a guy by the name of Dennis McGee. Sounds like he should have been Irish, but he actually spoke French as his native language and barely spoke English at all. But there's a place down outside of Opelousas. It's a dance called O'Brien's. Obrions. It used to be O'Brien's, but then there's Cajunized O'Brien. So I think once people get involved with Cajun music, it kind of takes over your identity.
Oh.
So
And I just want to quickly say that I also played in a band with Pete. We had so much fun. We were in the band called Identity Crisis.
Oh, that's
we
right,
took-
Identity Crisis. Yeah.
So we got to play at the Irish Festival, and we just had gosh, I mean, because, if you know Albert Alfonso, those crazy people, he's just nuts. But really, it was special times, and Pete would play a solo, and I'd say, God, Pete, that's fantastic. Play it again. He goes, no, I can't. I said, yes, you can you? Because it was just, he was just, he was so talented, just a genius.
stream
So,
of consciousness.
but I was the
playing.
only paper trained one, classical person. So they would get after me. I said, well, guys, so we do have to play on the beat. So I'd bring like a metronome to our rehearsals. They're like, we don't need that. And I said, well, yeah, we kind of do. We laughed a lot and played. It was very fun. So I just wanted to share him that because I miss him too. And good times. So.
Yeah. So I guess we shall move on to Stuart. You ready for us, Stuart? I am muting. And now we are all ready for you.
Today, I'm going to do songs by two Canadian songwriters, one now, one later. This one, I think Mary Jane did this a few months ago. But I was first introduced to this tune when I joined a neighborhood band in South Austin in Bowden Creek neighborhood in 2006. Someone put an email message out saying, let's get some musicians together, do a fundraiser for Beck Elementary School. And about half a dozen, 8 of us showed up and we just sat around noodling. One guy who's the lead singer of the band, called Jim Middleton, introduced this song called Summer Wages by Ian Tyson. And none of us ever heard of it, so he plays a couple of verses, then he goes, over to you, Stuart. So that's partly the gift of jamming, is you learn pretty quickly how tunes go. So here it is. Never hit 17 when you play against the dealer, for you know that the odds won't ride with you. Never leave your woman alone when your friends are out to steal her. Years are gambled, lost like summer wages. And we keep rolling on till we get to Vancouver, and the woman that I love is living there. It's been 6 long months and more since I've seen her. She may be gambled and gone like summer wages. In all the beer parlors all down along Main Street, dreams of the season are all spilled out on the floor, or the big stands of timber just waiting for falling, and the hookers standing watchfully, waiting by the door. So I'll work on them towboats with my slippery city shoes, which I swore I would never do again. Through the grey fog-bound straits, with a cedar stand watching, I'll be far off and gone like summer wages. In all the beer parlors all down along Main Street, of the season are spilled out on the floor, or the big stands of timber just waiting for falling, and the hookers standing watchfully, waiting by the door. So I'll walk on them towboats, my slippery city shoes, which I swore I would never do again, through the grey fog-bound straits, where the cedars stand a-watching. I'll be far off and gone like summer wages. In all the beer parlours all down along Main Street, dreams of the season are all spilled out on the floor, or the big stands of timber just waiting for falling, and the hookers standing watchfully, waiting by the door. Never hit 17 when you play against the dealer, for you know that the odds won't ride with you. Never leave your woman alone when your friends are out to steal her. Years are gambled, lost like summer wages. Years are gambled, lost like summer wages.
That is a great song. I've never heard that before.
That's a great one. Ian Tyson. He wrote some good ones.
He did indeed.
Yeah, quite good. Okay, so now I guess we're moving along to the Hortons. I'm muting everyone. Okay, we're ready for you, Hortons.
Okay, we found a American folk song, Christmas song. Actually, we found it a long time ago. It's called I Wonder as I Wander. And there was a folk singer named John Jacob Niles who he heard a little Appalachian girl singing this beautiful song that had been passed down for who knows how long. And so in 1933, he transcribed it, and now it's very popular. The first time I heard it, my children were in elementary school singing it, and it had a flute obligato part, so I played it on orchestral flute. And now we've taken the music and we've done an arrangement for soprano, recorder, and guitar for you today. Okay.
Just wonderful as always.
Very
Great.
nice.
Hey, classic. Classic.
Hey, for some reason or another, every time I unmute myself for just a little bit afterwards, it echoes, but it goes away. Okay, so Hortons and May has disappeared again. I guess she's still struggling with her connection, but we'll hold her spot if she turns up again. And now we're ready for somebody, Mary Jane. Yep, Mary Jane, please. I am muting everyone. And now we're ready for Mary Jane.
Thank you. And I'm going to do A Wild Roses by Kimmy Rhodes. I've seen them down in the valley, wild roses that grow by the side of the road. And they don't really mind if you pick them, and they don't really care if you leave them alone. Wild roses open their hearts gently by the by. Wild roses grow unattended, and nobody ever knows why. When the sun goes down in the valley, there's music in the night that it brings, and the roses quietly listen to the song that the flipper will sing. Wild roses open their hearts gently by the by. Wild roses grow unattended, and nobody ever knows why. You won't hear the sound of them leaving as they softly fade into the snow. And they don't really care if you pick them. Wild roses just grow by the side of the road. Wild roses just grow by the side of the road.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you
Yay.
so much, Mary Jane.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's May. She's come back. Are you doing okay there, May? I'm afraid she might be off in the
There.
Elizabeth,
Yay.
well,
Hi.
there you are. You want to give it a try now that we got you? Is it the way?
It says my internet is unstable.
Well,
So is human life, but that's okay.
yeah.
We carry on.
You want to give it a try anyway? Give us a
Sure.
song?
I don't know what to play though.
Okay, here's what we do. We mute everybody, and then I'll let you know when we're ready, and you can unmute yourself. Okay. So I'm muting everyone.
Okay.
And now we're ready for you to unmute and give us a tune.
Let's try. Let's see if anybody recognizes this. I don't know what key to play in because I'm playing on my viola.
Yay!
Oh, you hit us.
Anybody recognize that?
Love
Oh,
you.
yeah, La Vie en Rose.
Yay!
Yes, I remember.
Edith Piaf is one of my favorite singers.
Yeah, this is kind of a nice story. I was visiting a doctor somewhere, and I was waiting on the elevator, and a mother comes up with her 4-year-old, probably 4, maybe 5-year-old son, and La Vie en Rose was playing on the music, and he says, "What a wonderful tune! I really like that." So I proceeded to tell him all about Edith Piaf and what the song was, and he was really interested too.
That's cute.
Isn't that sweet? Yes, yes. It was a nice day. So, well, thank you so much for bearing with all the internet problems. We really enjoyed that, man.
Yeah.
Okay. We did Mary Jane. I think we're ready for Larry Vaughn. I am muting Larry. I'm muting everyone else anyway. And we're ready for you to unmute and go.
Well, this might be a Hank Williams Day, huh? Although every day's a Hank Williams Day. I went down to the river, watched the fish swim by. When I got to the river, Lord, I wanted to die. So I jumped in the river, but the doggone river was dry. And now she's walking on and on. So well, I met her on Monday. She was checking me out. Along the bus Sunday, she was nowhere about. Here is Tuesday, ain't had no news. I got those long and not forgotten blues. And now she's like, so a man needs a woman that he can lean on, but my leaning post is done, left and gone. And now she's walking home, 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 go home, home, home tonight. So lonesome. I'm gonna find me a river that's as cold as ice. And when I find that river, Lord, I'm gonna pay the price. I'm going down in it 3 times, but Lord, I'm only coming up twice. And now she's walking home, 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 go home, 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 and so lonesome blue. Yeehaw.
Great.
Well, thank you, Hank.
That's beautiful.
Great. Okay, Jim Turtelot is up next. I am muting everyone. And it's all over to you, Jim.
Wait a second. Suddenly Apple wants to make changes. Okay. I'm going to do a Phil Oakes song, which is maybe the simplest one I know, and in some ways, I think it's the first one I ever learned. Show me the alley, show me the train, show me the hobo who sleeps out in the rain, and I'll show you a young man with so many reasons why. There but for fortune go you or I. You or I. Show me the whiskey stains on the floor. Show me the drunkard as he stumbles out the door. And I'll show you a young man with so many reasons why. There but for fortune go you or I, you or I. Show me the prison, show me the jail, show me the prisoner whose life has grown stale, and I'll show you a young man with so many reasons why. There but for fortune go you or I, you or I. Show me the country where the bombs had to fall. Show me the ruins of the buildings once tall. And I'll show you a young land with so many reasons why. There but for fortune go you or I, you or I.
Very good, Jim.
Very good. Very good.
Nice.
Very nice. Thank you so much.
Key of A, Jim.
Hello?
I was saying, Jim reverts to the key of A if anyone wants to join in with him.
Oh, it's pretty good. He can sing on key without any accompaniment. Okay. So that was Jim, and Dave Polacheck is next. I am muting. And now we're ready for Dave.
Okay, Karen and I will do a couple of Christmas themed ones. I'll do one and then Karen will do one. The first one is a Kentucky Christmas carol. It's learned from the singing of the Ritchie family, Gene Ritchie family. But in its original form, although its first verse is Christ was born in Bethlehem and in a manger laid, the rest of the original song was all about the Easter event. But at a later time, Gene Ritchie came up with other verses about Christmas. So this is the Christmas version of Christ was born in Bethlehem. Christ was born in Bethlehem. Christ was born in Bethlehem. Christ was born in Bethlehem, and in a manger laid, and in a manger laid, and in a manger laid. Christ was born in Bethlehem, in a manger laid. Joseph stood anigh them. Joseph stood anigh them. Joseph stood anigh them to keep them from all harm. To keep them from all harm. To keep them from all harm. Joseph stood anigh them to keep them from all harm. Sheep and cattle by him. Sheep and cattle by him. Sheep and cattle by him to keep the baby warm. To keep the baby warm. To keep the baby warm. Sheep and cattle by him to keep the baby warm. Kings and shepherds kneeling, kings and shepherds kneeling, kings and shepherds kneeling to welcome in his birth, to welcome in his birth, to welcome in his birth. Kings and shepherds kneeling to welcome. Angels sang his lullaby, angels sang his lullaby, angels sang his lullaby, it echoed round the earth, echoed round the earth, it echoed round the earth. Angels sang his lullaby, it echoed round the earth. Christ was born in Bethlehem, Christ was born in Bethlehem, Christ was born in Bethlehem, and in a manger laid, and in a manger laid, and in a manger laid. Christ was born in Bethlehem, and in a manger laid.
Thank you, Dave. Our first seasonal song of the season here.
Dave, where did that song come from? Where does that come from? I've
To
heard
do it on the
several
dulcimer,
times.
okay?
It was learned from Gene Ritchie.
Uh-huh.
Apparently a ballad that was known in her family as a traditional song. And originally, besides the first verse, it was all about Easter. So she added some Christmas verses to it, and that's the one that we were doing.
Well, I think we will move to Chip now. Are you ready for us, Chip?
Sure.
I will mute everyone.
Oh,
Well, I may have done this one last week. If I did, I apologize.
You're forgiven in advance.
All right. Anyway, this is kind of a Christmas carol too, and I think I may have done it. I did a different Stanley Brothers if I didn't do this one. But anyway, I have all those new settings dialed in, by the way, so give me feedback if it sounds better, worse, whatever. And let me raise this up since I'm
More volume, more vocal.
volume. How about that? That better?
That's good.
Let's see. There we go. Can you hear that better? Here we go. Oh, beautiful star of Bethlehem, shining afar through shadows dim, giving a light for those who long have gone, guiding the wise men on their way unto the place where Jesus lay. Beautiful star of Bethlehem, shine on. Beautiful star of Bethlehem, shine upon us until the glory's won. Give us the light to light the way unto the land of perfect day. Beautiful star of Bethlehem, shine on. Oh, beautiful star, their hope of light, guiding the pilgrims through the night, over the mountains till the break of dawn, unto the light of perfect day, it will give out a lovely ray. Beautiful star of Bethlehem, shine on. Beautiful star of Bethlehem, shine upon us until the glory dawns. Give us the light to light the way unto the land of perfect day. Beautiful star of Bethlehem, shine on. Oh, beautiful star, the hope of rest for the redeemed, the good and blessed. Yonder in glory when the crown is won, Jesus is now the star divine, brighter and brighter he will shine. Beautiful star of Bethlehem, shine on. Beautiful star of Bethlehem, shine upon us until the glory dawns. Give us the light to light the way unto the land of perfect day. Beautiful star of Bethlehem, shine on. Beautiful star of Bethlehem, shine on.
Great job.
Thank you.
And clearly
Beautiful.
those Zoom settings worked. So
Okay, good.
you got the high fidelity turned on, right? And
Yep. And
anything else like not the stereo or the
no, pretty much exactly when you sent the email, that link is pretty easy to follow if you're on a PC. I don't know if you're on a Mac, and you will
Yeah,
not
I'm
be
on a
able to
Mac.
do it on a tablet, I think.
yeah.
He's got that syncopation app down really well too. I really like it.
Yeah, it's good. I think it's actually easier now because they've subsumed a bunch of stuff in the original sound setting. You used to have to make a couple more changes, and you don't need to do that anymore because original sound does it. So
it fixes it all. Yes, I think you're right.
yeah, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Chip, and we'll ask for some verse from Geoffrey. I'm glad you showed up because we're lacking Tom. You know, we usually have at least Tom for some poetry.
Yeah, well, there was another event, and I tried to get on it. I've been on all different kinds of video conferencing platforms, and this Microsoft Teams I'd never done before. I just couldn't get on. I think that's where Tom is, though.
Okay, well, we're really glad to have you, Jeff. So I'm going to mute everybody.
Oh, wait a second. So I had a question.
Yeah.
I wanted to, so Tom recommended that I bring this poem to you because I had in mind a blues song, but I don't have a melody for it. And the thing is, could I ask you to turn off the recording while I do this?
Yes, we can do that. So I'll do that. But first of all, I'm going to mute everybody, and then then I'll turn off the recording, and then I'll let you know we're ready to go, Jeff, and you can unmute yourself. So I'm muting everyone, and I am pausing the recording. I hope someone will remember to remind me to turn it back on again, though. Okay. So pause, and so we're recording again, and I think we've gone all the way back around to me, unless I missed somebody. Did I miss anyone? No?
It's you.
Well, okay, then you'll have to put up with me then. So I decided to save all my seasonal songs for the Celtic session tomorrow. So I decided my theme for this session would be beer. So I'm going to do. So I got two songs about beer, and this is the first one. Yep. Just capo this up a little bit. And this was written by Bob Miller, who was a country western songwriter, I think in the 30s and 40s. And he originally wrote this song as 7 years with the wrong woman about a failed marriage. But then he decided to redo it as a sort of send-up, I guess, and rewrote it as 7 beers with the wrong woman. And I heard it from Alice Stuart, whose old 1965 album has been re-released on our Huli. And as you may have got from the email, there's a 60th anniversary celebration of our Huli records that's happening on YouTube next week, and it ought to be just terrific. So anyway, 7 beers with the wrong woman. 7 beers with the wrong woman. We sat at a table for 2. The next thing I knew, she whispered, Oh boy, I could sure go for you. My heart beat a little bit quicker as I held her sweet little hand. I swelled up with pride, but oh, how she lied. I sure was a foolish young man. Kind of fell off the chord progression there, but you'll forgive me, I guess. 7 beers with the wrong woman. She made me get up and dance. Round and round we circled till I missed some money from my pants. I asked her if she had seen it. She smiled up at me and said no. To this day to me it's a big mystery. I still wonder where it did go. 7 beers with the wrong woman. Her husband walked in after that. As soon as he spied us together, he walked up and gave me a spat. He grabbed me by the seat of my britches. Boy, he sure jerked up the slack. And then I got tossed out the door by the bar. They told me never come back. 7 beers with the wrong woman. That's my one and only regret. I guess she was only fooling when she called me her darling and pet. Well, I wish that the Lord had made Adam and never made anyone else. If there's one thing I know, next place that I go, I'm gonna buy 14 beers for myself.
Funny.
Terry,
Yes.
is not to try to upstage you, but in Polish, beer is piwo, okay? Piwo, piwo. So, of course, I'm ever so often I start singing the Polish Banana Boat song. Piwo, piwo, daylight come and me want a piwo.
That's cute. That's very cute. Okay, well, we've come all the way around, and I'm wondering if Adam will give us one more song. You up for that, Adam? I'm muting everyone in anticipation here.
You betcha.
So my mouse seems to have died. Unbelievable. This happens once in a while. Yeah.
You just drop it on the floor one more time and pick it up and it'll work.
Yeah, I'm using the okay. It seems to.
Lick the battery and put it back in.
Yeah, that's maybe what it is.
Okay.
I think I got it. Okay, now we're in business. Okay, everyone's muted. So, Adam, if you still got a living mouse, you can unmute and play us a tune, if you will.
Mouse is working all right. All right, I don't have a solo yet on the bridge on this, but it just follows the follows the main verse and chorus chords. If anybody wants to follow along, this is in the key of C. Why am I alone here when you are all alone, dear? And I could just call, we could love. What do I have to fear? More of these trembling tears, more of these years spent alone. Love lies flying through the air now. Love is tying two of us entwined. Come to my weary arms. Come home where you belong. Come be with me, my sweetheart. Live full until we die and shine in each other's eyes. Feel all the thoughts that we held. Love is flying through the air night. Love is tying two of us entwined. True, you alone can hear me, warm in a lonely sunbeam, listening for the echo of a star. Smiles and nervous laughter, trials, ending painful chapters, not knowing how to move on. Love is flying through the air. Love is tying two of us entwined. Love is flying through the air. Love is tying two of us entwined.
Great.
Sweet.
Thank you so much, Adam.
Wow.
And it's time for Mark. You got another one for us, Mark? I'm muting everyone. And we're ready for you.
I've got one. And as, again, you know, the inspiration, as though not the source, was a cartoon. I seem to remember a picture as that had the caption, "The Iceman cometh." And it was a fellow on the bicycle, you know, carrying ice, all right? And so the cartoon from about 1937, early Warner Brothers, is called as alternately, "I only have ice for you," or "I only have eyes for you." The actual song, of course, comes from 1934 from a stage show called Dames. And it is sung by a young light leading man named Dick Powell. Okay, so here I am. Are the stars out tonight? I don't know if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I only have eyes for you, dear. The moon may be high, but I can't see a thing in the sky, 'cause I only have eyes for you. I don't know if we're in a garden or on some crowded avenue. You are here, so am I. Maybe millions of people go by, but they all disappear from view. And I only have eyes for you.
Voice.
Do I sound like Dick Powell? I don't think so.
Hey, Dick Powell is all right.
Yeah, okay. It's Mark and Al and Karen. You're next. I'm muting. And ready for you anytime.
Okay. Continuing on the downtrodden theme, here we'll do the Valse de Malchancé.
The Valse de
Malchancé.
1, 2, 3.
Hey!
Wow.
What? That accordion's in fine voice.
Just got
Yeah, no, I'm still, I think I told you I had this recently worked on, and it's so much less leaky than it was before.
Yeah.
I'm really having a hard time with some of the phrases because I can push it out as far as I need to go, but sometimes going in, it closes a lot faster than it used to. So
Can you show the left hand, Al?
the left hand is just has two chords on it, just C and G. So you can play in the key of C, but you don't have the F chord. You can play in the key of G, but you don't have the D chord.
D chord, right.
It's an economical instrument.
On the guitar players to supply that. It's funny, a lot of these Cajun tunes, you know, they even though they're written on this diatonic box, they always have like three chords rather than just two, you know.
Well, it's amazing how much music can come out with only
Yeah.
two chords available to you.
Yeah, there's it's kind of like a giant harmonica, you know, like
It'd be rough on your teeth, though, I think.
yeah, take a lot more air than that, you know.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah, you really hyperventilate, something
I
like
just
that.
wanted to quickly offer, and I can put in the chat, I forgot to do that, but tonight or today, all day on YouTube, you can find the Texas Fiddling, sixth annual Texas Fiddling Festival. And it's just full of all kinds of, you know, interesting fiddlers. They had some from Norway. They tried to go around the world type thing, but it's really good stuff if you like that. So it's, I think you just access free youtube.com, just look up Texas Fiddling Festival, the 6th annual, and you'll be able to enjoy some of that. I'm going to listen to it later tonight. So it's good stuff.
Right.
Cool. Yeah, that's great. I would have put that on the AFTM site if I'd known. But can't keep up with everything very fast. Yeah. So, okay, Stuart, can you give us one?
I can.
I am muting. I'm muting, and you are now tooting.
I'm tooting and strumming on this one. So I kind of have a personal mission to keep the memory of Stan Rogers alive, partly because I kind of sing in the same space he sings in, and also he just wrote some great songs, and he died young at the age of 33, really before he was really famous. Wrote some wonderful stuff. He wrote a Christmas song, which I'm going to do, called First Christmas. It happens to be the saddest Christmas story ever, saddest Christmas song ever. So you might want to put the sharp instruments away on this one. But it's basically three verses on three different characters: a young man, a young woman, and an old man. And they're experiencing their first Christmas away from home. This day a year ago, he was rolling in the snow with a younger brother
in his father's yard. Christmas break, a time for touching home, the heart of all he's known, and leaving was so hard. 3,000 miles away, now he's working Christmas Day, making double time for the minding of the store. Well, he always said that he'd make it on his own. He's spending Christmas Eve alone. First Christmas away from home. She's standing by the train station, panhandling for change. For more dollars buys a decent meal and a room. Looks like the Sally Army place after all, in a crowded sleeping hall that echoes like a tomb. But it's warm and clean and free, and there are worse places to be, and at least it means no beating from a dad. And if she cries because it's Christmas Day, she hopes that it won't show. First Christmas away from home. In the apartment stands a tree, and it looks so small and bare, not like it was meant to be. A golden angel on the top, it's not the same old silver star you wanted for your own. First Christmas away from home. In the morning they get prayers, then it's craft and tea downstairs, and another meal back in his little room. Hoping maybe the boys will think to phone before the day is gone. Well, it's best they do it soon. When the old girl passed away, he fell apart more every day. He should always kept the other pretty well. But the kids all said a nursing home was best, 'cause he couldn't live alone. First Christmas away from home. In the common room they've got the biggest tree, and it's huge and cold and lifeless, not like it ought to be. And the lit up flashing Santa Claus on top, it's not the same old silver star you once made for your own. First Christmas away from home. First Christmas away from home.
Hey, thank you, Stuart. That was very
sad.
Yeah, that was not a dry eye in the house. So we got next. May, can you give us another one? I'll mute everybody. Okay, you got to unmute again now because I just muted you. There you go.
I have my two favorite songs in the world are Smile by Charlie Chaplin and Mona Lisa by Nat King Cole, and so I kind of just put them together. They just kind of go together in my mind. So I sing like a verse of each, if that's okay. Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay, let me find my key. Okay, there we go. Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll see that life is still worthwhile if you just Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, men have named you. You're so like the lady with the mystic smile. Is it only 'cause you're lonely they have blamed you for that Mona Lisa strangeness in your smile? Do you smile to tempt a lover, Mona Lisa? Or is this your way to hide a broken heart? Many dreams have been brought to your doorstep. They just lie there and they die there. Are you all? Are you real, Mona Lisa? Or just a cold and lonely, lovely work of art? Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa.
Yay!
So lovely.
Hey, what a lovely voice. And you were going to do another one, were you?
Oh, that was it. That
Oh,
was.
that was it. Okay. Well, that was plenty. May, I wanted to encourage you to put your email address in the chat.
Sure.
And then I can make sure that you're on the mailing list.
Okay.
Great. Thank you. And thanks for being with us. May and the Hortons are next. I'm muting everyone. All ready now.
Okay, we're going to do another folk song, this time from France, from the 16th century. It originated in the Provence region. It's called Bring a Torch, Jeanette Isabella. It was first published in 1553, and it's a folk song. It tells the story of two milkmaids, Jeanette and Isabella, and they go to milk their cows. And when they go to milk the cows, they find the baby Jesus in a manger sleeping in the hay. So the two girls, they run to the village and they tell everybody what they've seen. And then all the townspeople bring torches to see the baby. So that's the name of the song, Bring a Torch. And today in Provence, France, children still dress up as shepherds and milkmaids, not angels. And they carry, instead of carrying torches, they carry candles, and they go to midnight mass on Christmas Eve. So we have written an arrangement using this very simple melody. We were just changing it right before, so I hope we can remember. We're going to start out the first verse. I'm going to play it on a Native American flute that's made out of black walnut, just the little folk melody. Then the second verse, Jeff's going to play it on a mandolin, which is another folky instrument. Then the third verse, we're going to play soprano recorder and mandolin in a very pretty voice. And then we're going to end it with a rowdy arrangement of it, because this song was not to be sung, it was to be danced. So we're going to start out, it's going to be a pretty little dance, and then they're going to all start just getting wild. So that's what you're about to hear from the Horton Duo. Here's the flute. I guess I'll sit down.
Yay.
Very nice.
And I don't hear the flute and mandolin combination very often, but it's really very sweet.
Good for Christmas.
Just for Christmas. I'll anticipate it all next year. Okay, Mary Jane, would you like to go? I'm muting everyone. Ready for Mary Jane.
Okay, I'm unmuted. I'm going to do a Christmas song. It's called The Friendly Beasts. The music is from the 12th century, and my source said that the words were anonymous. So I don't know if they're from the 12th century or not, but here goes. every beast around him stood. Jesus, our brother, kind and good. I said the donkey, shaggy and brown, I carried his mother up hill and down. I carried her safely to Bethlehem town. I said the donkey, shaggy and brown. I said the cow, all white and red, I gave him my manger for his bed. I gave him my hay to pillow his head. I said the cow, all white and red. I said the sheep with a curly horn, I gave him my wool for his blanket warm. He wore my coat on Christmas morn. I said the sheep with a curly horn. I said the dove from the rafters high, I cooed him to sleep that he should not cry. We cooed him to sleep, my mate and I. I said the dove from the rafters high. Thus every beast by some good spell in the stable dark was glad to tell of the gift he gave Emmanuel. The gift he gave Emmanuel.
Yay!
Hey.
My mouse gave out again for a moment. Thank you, Mary Jane. Larry, Vaughn, how about you? You ready?
Sure.
Okay, I'm muting. And now we're ready. Yeah.
All right. Now we're going. I love the season, and I need to take advantage of singing at least a couple of my favorite songs. It's all. I love the season for one thing. It's an opportunity to put on our fake British accents. All except for Stuart. But this one actually is Australian, and I didn't realize until today. Let me grab my guitar here. All the holly bells are merry and the snowman's and the merry boy Jesus arrived within. Merry boy Jesus, our Savior, and the first tree in the greenwood was a holly, holly, holly. And the first tree in the greenwood, it was a holly. Oh, the holly bears a berry that's as green as the grass. And Mary bore Jesus who died on the cross. Oh, Mary bore Jesus, our Savior to thee. And the first tree in the greenwood, it was the holly, holly, holly. And the first tree in the greenwood, it was the holly. Oh, the holly bears a berry as blood it is red. And Mary bore Jesus who died in our stead. Oh, Mary bore Jesus, our Savior to thee. And the first tree in the greenwood, it was a holly, holly, holly. And the first tree in the greenwood, it was the holly. Oh, the holly bears a berry as black as the coal. And Mary bore Jesus to die for our souls. Oh, Mary bore Jesus, our Savior to thee. And the first tree in the greenwood, it was the holly, holly, holly. And the first tree in the greenwood, it was the holly.
Yeah, very nice, Larry. Thank you.
Hey,
Oh, we can.
Sandy's putting up her heart reaction.
Oh,
that is not an Australian song. I lived in Australia. Christmas in Australia is 105 degrees. And hot. That's an old English song.
I probably don't have holly either. Who knows? Rosalie SoRelle got it from an Australian source. Let's put it that way.
I see. I met her once in concert. Turned out we're of no relation, but she was a wonderful singer.
I loved Rosalie.
Mm-hmm.
Utah Phillips.
And Utah, they were close friends.
Yeah, this was in Montana, I think, that I heard her. I think she lived in Idaho or Montana. I can't remember.
Yeah, she'd come down to Tulsa every now and then. So I got to see her. And it was always small venues, so it was a delight to be able to.
Yeah, well, she was quite a delightful person.
Yeah.
Okay, Larry. And Jim Turtelot, will you give us a tune? I am muting. And we're ready for you, Jim.
I will. A little over 600 years ago, a Lollard priest asked the one simple question that has always been at the heart of the issue of human equality. When Adam delved and Eve span, who was then the gentleman? The priest was named John Ball. He was the leader of the Peasants' Revolt of 1381. And Sidney Carter, the most Quaker adjacent of 20th century English songwriters, wrote a song about John Ball. Who will be lady, who will be lord, when we are led by the love of one another? Who will be lady, who will be lord, in the light that is shining in the morning. Sing, John Ball, tell it to them all. Long be the day that is dawning, and I'll crow like a cock, I'll carol like a lark in the light that is coming in the morning. Eve shall be lady, Adam shall be Lord, when we are led by the love of one another. Eve shall be lady, Adam shall be Lord, in the light that is coming in the morning. Sing, John Ball, tell it to them all. Long be the day that is dawning, and I'll crow like a cock, I'll carol like a lark in the light that is coming in the morning. All shall be ruled by fellowship, I say, when we are led by the love of one another. All shall be ruled by fellowship, I say, in the light that is coming in the morning. Sing, John Ball, tell it to them all. Long be the day that is dawning, and I'll crow like a cock, I'll carol like a lark in the light that is coming in the morning. Labor and spin for fellowship, I say. Labor and spin for the love of one another. Labor and spin for fellowship, I say, in the light that is coming in the morning. Sing, John Ball, tell it to them all. Long be the day that is dawning, and I'll crow like a cock, I'll carol like a lark in the light that is coming in the morning. Sing, John Ball, tell it to them all. Long be the day that is dawning, and I'll crow like a cock, I'll carol like a lark in the light that is coming in the morning.
Yay!
That's always been a favorite of mine. One of the least
Good
well
one.
known, but the best of Sidney Carter's, I think. Yeah. Okay, Jim. So how about Dave Polacheck next?
Okay.
I am muting. Okay. Now we are ready for you, Dave.
Okay. So this is a instrumental piece. It's a fiddle
Hang on
tune.
just a sec, Dave. We're a little timing problem here. Hold on. I'm muting. Didn't get everybody muted. Now they're all muted, and now I'll have to ask you to unmute.
Okay, how's that? Okay, so this is from the Shetland Islands, actually. They're famous for their tradition of fiddle music there. And this is one that they have that's associated with Christmas. It's called Christmas Day in the Morning. And the story about it is that one of their original fiddlers was a man named Friedemann Stickle, and the rede for his croft was that he should come to the Lord's house, the laird's house, in the Christmas Day morning and play him a tune on his fiddle. And its story goes that Friedemann Stickle had a club foot, and as he was walking with his limp towards the Lord's mansion, he composed this tune, which has a little bit of a limp in it. Christmas Day in the Morning.
nice, very
That
nice.
is a jolly little piece,
Good stuff.
limp and all. Okay. So now we'd like to ask Chip to give us one. I'm muting. Just a moment. Now everybody's muted, and it's your turn, Chip.
All right. Well, I was going to hold Christmas songs until sometime in the future, but no better time than the present, right? So anyway, I'll do this one. It's kind of fun to pull these out at the end of each year. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, the Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season right. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
Yay!
Boy,
Love that person.
A little bit of a rocky start there, but
oh, I didn't know this. Well, there's one that never gets old.
that's true.
That's right. Okay, and
An old chestnut roasting on an open fire.
Right.
Geoffrey, do you have another offering for us? And also, would you like me to turn off the recording again?
Well, I have one that's already published, so I don't mind if you record that.
Okay, great.
The thing is, this is like, it just dawned on me. These are such lovely, heartwarming songs that I'm hearing, and what I just picked up to read is so dark.
That's okay. It's
That's
okay.
no. That's the solstice. It gets dark and then it starts getting light again.
Sweet and sour. We like the sweet and sour.
So Geoffrey, I'm going to mute everyone, so you'll need to unmute yourself again when I'm done with that. So now we're ready. So if you will unmute, please.
Oh, I see why that happened. Okay. So this is published in the Main Street Rag, which is out of Charlotte, North Carolina. This is the fall 2019 edition. And yeah, the editor is a stickler about formal poetry. So I took that as a challenge and I sent him some sonnets and he picked like the darkest one. My brother Matt teaches me how to grieve. Verging on sentiment, I risk the suck and upsurge. Tears obscure 2/3 of Earth's surface. Another splash might dash our thirst. Cops found our sister drowned in waitress black among the rocks. Matt's numb, he claims. The surf has stripped my sneakers off. I sink heels first in bubbly sand. Don't make me sort through her felt tip doodle art, I say, and curse her recklessness. I shouldn't talk like that. The plunging sun recalls the swish of a cue stick a redneck loser swung. It smacked me dead, the medic said, when I came to. Me, Lizzie's hero. You wish I'd died instead of her, I ask. Matt offers, go ahead.
Whoa.
That was great.
Very good. Very good. Okay. So I think that actually brings it around to me again. Let me.
And so, Terry, you take it on a funereal song to take us out. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a very funereal. This one is well, this one's a bona fide Australian song. And it was written by Gordon, last name Patterson, the yodeling bushman, and frequently. Huh?
Banjo Patterson, huh?
Is that the same guy? I mean,
Yeah,
anyway,
it is. If you're singing the song I think you're going to sing,
maybe you don't know what I'm going to sing, though. Well, you might be surprised.
Didgeridoo Patterson.
Anyway, Gordon. I know I got the first name right, Gordon, and it's performed frequently by the great Slim Dusty, who was the great Australian balladeer. I'm sorry Tom isn't with us because he always likes it when we do Australian songs. And as promised, this is another song about beer. Oh, it's lonesome away from your kindred and all, by the campfire at night, hear the wilding ghosts call. But there's nothing so lonesome, morbid or queer, than to stand in the bar of a pub with no beer. Now the publican's anxious for the quota to come. There's a faraway look on the face of the bum. Frankie, the cook's acting queer. What a horrible place is a pub with no beer. Then the stockman rides up with his dry, dusty throat, breast up to the bar, pulls a wad from his coat. But the smile on his face quickly turns to a sneer as the barman says sadly, the pub's got no beer. Then the swaggy comes in, all smothered in dust and flies. He throws down his roll, rubs the sweat from his eyes. But when he is told, he said, that's what I hear. I've trudged 50 flaming miles to a pub with no beer. Now there's a dog on the veranda, his master he waits, but the boss is inside, drinking wine with his mates. He hurries for cover, he cringes in fear, it's no place for a dog, round a pub with no beer. Old Billy the blacksmith, first time in his life, why he's gone home cold sober to his darling wife. He walks in the kitchen, she says, you're home early, dear. Then he breaks down and cries, the pub's got no beer. So it's lonesome away from your children and all. Round the campfire at night, hear the wild dingoes call. But there's nothing so lonesome, depressing and queer than to stand in the bar of a pub with no beer.
That's the saddest song ever.
Yeah, Mark.
Oh,
I've always loved the dog on the veranda.
Yeah.
You're right, because the boss is inside drinking wine.
Wine. Upper class top.
There is a wonderful YouTube video, the two of them performing this at a kind of a truck place. They called them truckies, playing among the truckies. And anyways, it's a terrific performance of this.
that wasn't banjo, by the way.
No, I didn't think it was Banjo Patterson. That's somebody else. That's why I got to wondering if I got the name wrong. Anyways, Gordon something or other. But anyways, a wonderful song. I used to say this is a Slim Dusty song, but actually he didn't write it. This Gordon fella did. So, well, we've come to the point in our. Unless did I miss anybody? No. So we don't always get takers, but we always ask if anyone would like to do an encore or ask for a request. Anybody?
Harry, I'll do one.
I don't know.
Great.
Nope, let May go ahead. I'll wait.
We'll do both of you.
like
I'm muting everybody first, May.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
What?
And now you will need to unmute yourself.
Oh. Okay. I always get the verses messed up, but hold on. I wrote down the song I wanted to do, but I forget what it was. Hold on. I gotta look at which song was it? There always was either Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas to like round it out, or I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas and I don't know which one to do. So I'll do the Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas only because I think I remember the words and I don't quite remember the other one. Anyway, here goes because I'm rambling. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our trouble will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. If the fates allow, hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
Yay!
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, that was terrific. You know, I would really, if anybody wants to make a recording singing along with one of the recordings that we've made, I would be happy to mix it and see if we can actually have some collaborations. It could be a dicey enterprise, but I'd be willing to give it a try. It could be fun.
Hey, Terry.
Mhm.
Hey, Terry.
Yes?
Karen and I have another one we want to do.
Okay, so we're going to go to Chip next, and then we'll go to Dave, okay? So we're muting everyone. And Chip, your turn to unmute.
All right, I'll go fairly quick, but I wanted to do this mostly to see if Dave Polacheck would recognize the tune. So I will tell you, because you are always such an encyclopedia of great music. So I didn't really mean that as a challenge, but you know, if you know it, then that's okay too. But this tune goes by a bunch of different names. I really learned it this morning, and it really kind of stuck in my ear. It's kind of typical of old-time music that a lot of times will either be timing-wise, it will add a half measure, sometimes even take away a full measure, or sometimes they won't resolve back on the one chord, on the root chord. So this one kind of does that, and it's a lot of fun. It was first recorded in 1928. It was kind of made popular by Tommy Jarrell. So that's a hint, Dave, and hopefully I can get through this. I'll do it 4 times through. That's it.
Yay! Patty, won't you drink some good old cider?
Yeah, there you
And
go.
we all knew the day would come through.
Hey, won't you drink some good old cider?
Yeah, it apparently goes by cider. I've heard it called cider mill, Sally C. the cider mill, and then often called Stillhouse. So it's unusual, but you got it. Cider is kind of the typical name.
Okay, so I'm going to mute everyone and let Dave have a turn. Muting everyone. And ready.
Okay, so this is one me and Karen do as a tradition for Christmas. And we got it from a English group called Oak, and they got it from the Singing Copper family. And it's called Shepherds Arise. Shepherds arise, be not afraid, with hasty steps repair to David's city, sing on high to our blessed infant there. To our blessed infant there, to our blessed infant there. Sing, sing on earth, sing, sing on earth, eternal praises. Sing to our Redeemer, and our heavenly King. Laid in a manger, view the child, humility divine, sweet innocence, and meek and mild, grace in his features shine. Grace in his features shine, grace in his features shine. Sing, sing on earth, sing, sing on earth, eternal praises. Sing to our Redeemer, and our heavenly King. For us our Savior came on earth, for us his life he gave, to save us from eternal death, and to raise us from the grave, to raise us from the grave, to raise us from the grave. Sing, sing on earth, sing, sing on earth, eternal praises. Sing to our Redeemer, and our heavenly King.
Yay.
Very pretty, all very pretty.
Yeah, and I just looked it up to put the record straight. The Pub with No Beer was written by Gordon Parsons, who I got mixed up with Patterson. So, anybody else before we sign off?
And Gordon probably never played a banjo in his life.
Possibly not.
All right.
So certainly not Waltzing Matilda. I mean,
So tomorrow will be the Celtic session, and I think people are probably going to bring a lot of seasonal songs to that. I am.
I know a couple.
Good. Well, we hope you can make it. So
They may. It was really cool to I got in just in time to hear you play the viola. And
Yay.
I'm a
Yeah.
viola
Yay, somebody who knows the difference. Yay.
I'm a viola student. I had my music lesson today, and yeah, it's
I
a
have both.
wow, nice.
I have violin and viola.
Wow. My instructor suggested I don't. I mean, I've been wanting to like get a violin and mess around with it, but my viola instructor asked me to not do that.
I just play by ear, so I don't.
Wow. How do you have? Have you had formal training in voice?
Yes, voice. Yes, violin. It's mostly by ear.
Wow.
And violin. I started on violin, but then I got bored and bought a viola, and so now I play viola by ear.
Well, I'm a big viola fan as well. I think it's a really cool.
Is that a viola on the wall behind you, Terry?
No, it's a violin.
Wow, I
and-
guess that little guitar must be really little.
Oh, and the other two are ukuleles. One's a concert-sized ukulele, and the other's a regular small size. And I notice Adam, either his guitar has shrunk, or he's playing something interesting, like a tiple or a quattro or something like that. What is it?
This is called a guitalele. It's just
Ukulele.
it's just a guitar tuned to A, like you're capoed on the 5th fret, and it sounds like a ukulele.
Uh-huh.
You can play just guitar chords on it. So
Oh,
I use the hell out of this thing. I play it all the time. It's great.
And
Yeah,
you have a classical guitar there, but you were playing it with a pick.
Yeah, that one, yeah. Mhm.
I liked it. Yeah, that was really. It sounded great.
Well, one of the things I've discovered is that you can make the ukulele sound a lot like some Mexican instruments, like the jarana or something like that. So I do a number of pieces with this. Oh, well, I'll do some another time.
The ukulele,
Eh?
the Ukulele Society Christmas party is Thursday. Just walking around the ukulele. Yeah, YouTube.
Okay, well, until next time. Hopefully next time's tomorrow or then next Saturday. I'll look forward to seeing you guys again.
Looking forward to it.
A special thanks to Adam and May for joining the party.
Bye, everybody.
Dave, maybe I'll ask Terry for your email, because Mark said in the chat that you might be able to write a tune to my poem.
Well, to tell you the truth, what I do is I find traditional tunes that I like and I fit them to the poetry. I don't actually compose original music. I think to me, originality is overrated. So I just stick to taking poetry that's very old and tunes that are very old and combining them to make songs.
Yeah,
But if you want me to try and find a tune that's a folk tune that might fit the words, we can always look at that.
Okay. I might have your email address from an email I got from Terry, but I don't know. I guess I can
Well,
ask.
if nothing else, send them to me and I will forward.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh, for that you need to know my email address too. I'm terry.sorelle at outlook.com. Terry.sorelle.
TERY.SORELLE at outlook.com.
Yep, you got it.
I think I have an email from you or something forwarded by Tom.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, take care, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.
Not to be shooing you off prematurely. If you want to hang around and chat, you're welcome to.
My email's in the chat.
Okay.
Yay!
Oh, neat.
That was mine.
Okay, we'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Bye, Terry.